My name is Barry Davis and I'm a divorce mediator. I help keep my clients out of court, help keep their children out of the middle, and allow my clients to move on with their lives as quickly as possible. What I'm addressing in this video are the three legal aspects of divorce. And I want to be clear up front, I am not an attorney, and therefore none of this is intended as legal advice. This is simply basic information so that you have a better understanding of what needs to be addressed in the typical divorce process. There are three legal categories that either will be addressed in mediation or will be addressed by the courts. The first one is the division of property, the second one is support, and the third one is referred to as custody by the courts. I prefer to refer to it as a parenting plan because I think that puts the focus more where it should be, which is on parenting. So let's talk about division of property first. It is the most basic and most straightforward, at least in the state of California, because it is a community property state. What we're talking about here are the assets and debts. So these are bank accounts, retirement accounts, pensions, businesses, real estate, credit card debt, anything that has a value to it. And basically, there's a three-step process that we need to address here. Number one, identification. Identifying what's out there and what needs to be addressed. Number two, valuation. What are the values of the different assets and debts? And number three, division, where we actually decide who will be taking what. So again, you have identification, valuation, and division. Let's talk about support. Support has two subcategories. First of all, child support, and then also spousal support, which generally used to be called alimony, sometimes it's called spousal maintenance. Child support is the more direct and straightforward of these two, as far as calculation and determination, and spousal support can be quite a bit more subjective. Child support generally goes until the children graduate from high school, although there are numerous different exceptions to that. And the general intention is to provide for the basic care and maintenance of the children, which I think is generally understood to mean housing, food, basic clothing, that kind of thing. Spousal support is oftentimes a much more time-consuming discussion and analysis for a number of reasons, one of which is it's usually a much more emotional issue for both parties, the party paying and the party receiving. However, objectively, you should know that there's three major elements that you need to address. Number one is the amount of support being paid. Number two, the duration of how long that support will be paid. And number three, whether the spousal support is modifiable or non-modifiable. With spousal support, unlike child support, you can lock it in. You can make it non-modifiable both for the amount and or for the amount of time that it goes on, the duration, if both parties agree to that. So that's an option with spousal support. The third major area is the parenting plan, or what the courts refer to as custody. This is the area where mediation really shines. This is where parents can get together and talk about how they want to raise their children now that they're in two different households. And my preference is, rather than just doing a bare bones parenting plan where we talk about who has the children when and the basic holidays, we're going to come up with a comprehensive, proactive agreement or set of agreements that will serve as an investment in reduced conflict for those parents until at least those children are out of high school, if not much longer. So what I'm looking to do is, whenever I have, especially parents that have young children, I want to bring up things that they may not even be addressing or thinking about that time that will inevitably come up as those children get older, as they get involved in more activities, as school becomes more demanding, so that we can address those things in the confines of the mediation office rather than waiting until they happen outside the mediation session whenever things aren't going so well. So those are the three elements that are important to know about when it comes to the legal aspects of divorce. They are the division of property, support, and a parenting plan. Thank you so much for listening.